Hi everyone, it's your Lekki-Epe Realty here, Mercy Gimo from GM Realty Limited. Okay, so I have a great deal for us right here in Ibeju, Lekki, the Fairmont Green and Smart City by Landmark Corporate Realty. Okay, so just over here we have the Lekki International Airport. I mean, having your property just directly on the Lekki Airport, that's huge actually. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is Fairmont Green and Smart City, and we said it's a green city, it's a smart city, because we're going to be having features of a smart city. Like we'll have solar power, it's going to be a solar powered city. We'll have a lot of green areas. We're going to have a car charging dock, like for people who use electric cars. Okay, so the perimeter fencing and the gatehouse has already commenced right here in Fairmont Green and Smart City. And we are looking at, yes, the asset has not yet been launched. So what we're selling is the pre-launch price. So before the launch date, the company is looking at, putting good infrastructure, making the place look a facelift of this Fairmont Green and Smart City. That's what the company Landmark Corporate Realty is looking at. A lot of work is already going on. Workers are working. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago or thereabouts, I had the privilege of meeting with a very wealthy old man. Most times I tell us that I have the privilege of dealing with a lot of clients who are in their 60s, in their 70s, and this man, yeah, he's still young, but he's old, 76 years old actually. Okay, and he's wealthy. He currently lives in VGC and he has properties scattered all over. And during our discussion, he told us, he told me how he began his real estate journey. He said before he was 27 years old, he built his first house. How did this happen? Okay, so he was working at that time. Okay, he went into business instead of working, and he was favored. And so the mother told him that, I think you should build a house. And he was not like, how can I build a house? How much am I making? And so the mother encouraged him and said, okay, don't worry, be giving me a portion of, the money you make. So let me start building the block for you. In those days, that's how people build their houses. They begin to build the block even before they buy the land. Okay, so after the block was completed for a house, and so the mother said, oh, we have this amount of block, so we need to look for the land. And because the block was already available, the land was easy to get. They got the land, and he built his first house when he was 27 years. I'm talking of a man that is 76 years old. And so what is the lesson here? He has properties in VGC, he has in Royal Garden Estate, he has in Pinnock Beach, he has in Lekki Phase 1, he has almost everywhere. I mean, he is wealthy. I said a wealthy old man, 76 years old. To the extent that he is still building houses. He's not a developer, because he's already getting old, and he just wants to keep himself busy. So some lands that he has, he's building them. He has built houses. All the houses he's building in his children's name. All of his children, they already have a house to themselves. The ones he's building, so he's getting rental income. He has a lot of businesses all over. How did he start? He said he started his real estate journey early. When Royal Gardens was selling for peanuts, he bought. When VGC was selling for peanuts, he bought. When Osaka was selling for peanuts, he bought. When Lekki Phase 1 was selling for peanuts, he bought. So a lot of us will be wondering that, how many things am I going to buy? You guys will come with this today. Tomorrow you come with this. Next tomorrow you will come with this. Buying real estate is a way of creating long-lasting wealth. I mean, there are a whole lot of people in this man's age that are struggling. They are struggling with just normal health, even to meet up with their health bills and, so many things. A lot of people are struggling in that age. And I said, this man is wealthy. And he was telling me his story himself, how he started very early and he took advantage of all the opportunities that came to him in terms of real estate. In fact, he made most of his money in real estate. He's not a developer. He's not, he's not a real estate person. He just loves to buy properties. And now, in his evening days, he's not struggling. Money comes at his beck and call. He can decide to sell the land. He told me, I was with him, with my senior partner. He told us that he just bought another land. There was a land that was going for a giveaway for 130 million inside BGC, and he just bought it. You can imagine somebody that is 76 years old. He just bought a land. The brand was going for a giveaway. The person who had the land needed money, and he bought it for 130 million. A man of 76 years old. So here is it. Like I said, we've been breaking a whole lot of things, especially in this Ibeju Lekki axis. Now that these places are still they are still rough. That's the word we'll use. They are still rough. They are still in their raw stage. It's just like diamond. When you get a diamond, you don't get to pick a diamond and it is diamond all of a sudden. It has to go through a process. Now that this place is still in its rough stage, this is the time for you as a smart investor to buy into these properties. Because I tell you, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you would wish you bought more. Find out from your uncles and aunties, relatives, parents who knew when Lekki was selling and they didn't buy. Find out from people who knew when Aja was even selling for peanuts and they didn't buy. Today, a lot of people are regretting. I have a client who always, he's in his 60s and he tells me, in fact, he made the biggest mistake by not buying Banana Island because his brother-in-law, that's his wife's brother, was in charge of Banana Island at that time. He even told him that he could pay twice, but he didn't take advantage of it. Today he's regretting, though he bought other things, but he still feels like he should have bought Banana Island. And so this Fairmont Green and Smart City is strategically located directly opposite the new Lekki International Airport. This airport is going to have have passengers as many as 5 million people. Imagine just having a property opposite the airport. I mean, what will the value of this property be in the near future? You would agree with me what GRA is selling, what Maryland, what Lekki is selling. There are even no lands around that address. And so now is the time to buy into this amazing project. We're currently selling here 300 square meter and 500 square meter. The 300 square meter is selling for 9 million naira. The 500 square meter is selling for 15 million naira. Initial deposit, that's the most interesting thing about this amazing project. Initial deposit is just 1 million naira. I mean, 1 million naira. So you have a very good entry point to buy into this amazing project. 1 million naira, and you can spread the payment over 24 months. Did you hear that? So this is coming to you on a platter. You're not going to be under any kind of pressure. Once you make your initial deposit, as your money comes in, you can either do monthly or quarterly and buy something. This is prime. This is something that your generation would be glad you did. Imagine that man of 76 years old. He has a lot of properties. It wasn't like he came from a wealthy family. He started his real estate journey early, and even in his old age, he has so much more. And he said he has put all the children has houses so that when he dies, nobody will be fighting for properties. Even the ones he's still building, he's putting it in all his children's name, You can imagine when you get to that age, you are rested. you're rested that your children are settled. You know, you already put them in good schools, send them to good schools, you give them properties they can leverage on when you're no more here. So this is an opportunity for you to buy into Fairmont Green and Smart City with just 1 million initial deposit. Look at the location. I mean, just in front of us, we're going to have a 4-lane road. We're going to have a 4-lane road that's, you know, come out at the express. Remember, this is the airport entrance, just where those vehicles are. That's the airport entrance. So that's why you see the setback from the road, the estates. You see the setback is massive. There's going to be an 8-lane road down to the Lekki-Epe Express Road. So this is located in Ibeju, just about 5 minutes or thereabouts of the Lekki-Epe Express Road. Remember, we have a Laro City ahead, we have the free trade zone, we have the deep sea port. You can imagine with all these massive, you know, projects coming in here, the amount of people that will be plying these airports, and you have your property just right here. I mean, you would be cashing out. And I would always advise, when you're buying properties like this, buy multiple plots. We also have commercial plots available here. The commercial plot is selling for 16 million naira. Initial deposit is 1 million and balance can be spread over 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months and up to 24 months. All right, so I'm just gonna wait for your call. We're still selling the pre-launch price between now and the 4th of November. You are going to experience a price review upward. What we're selling now is the pre-launch price. Okay, so I'm going to expect your call. Give us a call quickly. Remember, you need just an initial deposit of 1 million and balance can be spread over 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or up to 24 months. The 300 square meter is 9 million, 500 square meter is 15 million, and the commercial plot, 500 square meter is 16 million naira. It's going to be a fully serviced estate. All right, thank you all for joining me in this video. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. Please kindly share this video. A lot of people need to hear and listen to this video and take the necessary action, because believe it or not, we have a rainy season and we have a dry season, and in your time of rainy season, that is the time you're supposed to be planting, you're supposed to be putting things on ground, so that you can be like our client who is already 76 years old and he is wealthy. You're rested in terms of your finances, in terms of your children. All right, thank you all once again for joining me in this video. I remain your lady billionaire realtor Mercy Kimo. Thank you, and please keep staying safe. Bye bye.